Just property management, just what you need. Just property management, just what you need.
Hi, and thanks for considering Just Property Management. This has been produced to help you, the owner, prepare your property for rent, which is critical to having the management run smoothly, attracting the right tenants, and being able to achieve the maximum rent a market will pay. At Just Property Management, our company goal is to return the property back to the owner in the same condition we received it, and also to return the bond money back to the tenant in full. When tenants come to inspect your property, they're in judgment mode from the moment you arrive. It's important that the presentation is up to scratch so that you can attract as many applications as you can and get the best price at the end of the day. It's also smart to consider the type of tenant you want for your property. Some tenants are the professional type. They want to pay top dollar for a property that's in top condition. Others are looking to save money, so they don't mind if the place is not in 5-star condition. No matter who you're targeting, cleanliness is vital. It sets a standard before the inspection's over that your property is to be looked after. And at Just Property Management, we insist on this before conducting inspections and letting tenants move in. Lawns and gardens. Make sure the lawn is green, mowed and edged. Applying wetting agent and fertiliser will enhance the health and colour of any lawn. Garden beds need to be free from weeds and couch grass, and where applicable, reapplying garden mulch. Be sure to pull the weeds and grass out. Don't just bury the weeds with mulch to hide them. Testing the reticulation to ensure it's working and that all the sprinkler heads are popping up is essential. Often some of the garden sprays are missing and need replacing. Oil stains on the driveway and garage floor need to be removed, and we found the oil degreaser is best for that. Please make sure that all carpets have been professionally steam cleaned. Do your best to remove any stains that have been created, and by using a professional, they know the best methods of removing most stains. If you have tiled floors, it's often not enough just to mop the floors. If the grouts become significantly more dirty during your time of stay at the property, scrubbing the floor and grout may be required, or a professional tile cleaner can be used. Areas that a lot of people miss are the light switches and the walls around those points. There's often a lot of finger marks left behind. All windows need to be cleaned inside and out, and also the window tracks need to be cleaned with a vacuum cleaner to remove any sand or dead bugs and flies. Venetian blinds are also an area that people miss. They're often great dust collectors and simply need to be wiped down. Light fittings need to be wiped down to ensure that all dust and bugs are removed. It's also your responsibility to ensure that all light globes are working when the tenant moves in. All cupboards and drawers need to have all your items removed and then wiped out. There should be no hair or dust left in or around cupboard surfaces. Bathrooms are areas that most often cause problems. Please make sure that the tiles have been scrubbed. Scum build-up in showers need to be totally removed and the grout needs to be clean. Shower screens need to be cleaned and calcium build-up needs to be removed. If you have a shower curtain, please make sure it's been washed and re-hung up for the tenant. Please make sure that again all the drawers are cleaned and wiped out. There's nothing worse than moving into a property and finding someone else's hair on your bathroom floor or on the floor around your toilet. Exhaust fans need to be taken down and cleaned. Walls need to be wiped down, and if there's any trace of mildew or mould, these need to be removed. The kitchen is another area that requires an eye for detail in cleaning. The oven needs to be completely clean. This means removing all racks and trays and scrubbing the inside of the oven. The oven door can then be removed to get in and around all the hinges to remove any food particles and baked-on grease. The stovetop needs to be clean. It's not acceptable to see food baked into the top of the cooker. Pull it apart and clean the whole cooker thoroughly with warm soapy water. Again, in the cupboard and drawers, please make sure that all your items are removed and that there are no dust or hair left behind in any of the surfaces. Wiping out all the cupboards and shelves thoroughly is a must. The kitchen exhaust fan or range hood over the stovetop also needs to be cleaned. Just while we're in the kitchen, if you're moving the refrigerator in or out and you've got lino floors, just be careful that the bottom of the fridge doesn't get caught and cause a tear, because this can be a costly error. If you have a wood fireplace, please have it completely cleaned out. This includes removing any ash and old coals. All ceiling fan blades need to be wiped over, and also split system wall mounted air conditioners need to have the filters cleaned out. A simple area that many people overlook is general cobwebbing. Walking around the inside and the outside of the home, removing all cobweb residue, it's simple, but it can be overlooked. Sheds are another area that need to be cleaned out. Please remove all of your belongings and have the floor swept out. Please don't leave items hidden behind the shed. Other areas to consider are to fix leaky taps, fix loose door handles and tighten cupboard hinges, have all fly screens in good condition, make sure your smoke alarms are hardwired with new batteries, have the required minimum of 2 safety switches, that all front doors and windows are lockable with keys, and the front door must have a security screen or deadlock, and the front light must be able to turn on from the inside. If you have a pet, make sure that the house is sprayed for fleas. In preparing your home for rent, it needs to be vacated and left for the tenant in the same condition you'd expect to receive it back. The best way to explain this is if you went to stay at a nice hotel and you walked into your bathroom and saw bits of hair on the floor, or it smelt, or some of the lights weren't working, what would you do? Obviously, when you rent your house out, there will be wear and tear and maintenance items, just as there would have been when you lived in the house or when you first bought the property. If your property is well presented from the moment your tenant lays eyes on it, it sets a standard for them to live up to. And if you're anything like me, you want a tenant that's going to look after your place as well as you do. Also, if your property is in a noisy area, near highways, schools or shopping centres for example, have your inspection during quiet hours. Smells. Yep, you may not even notice them or care, but many people do. The 2 main smells that put people off are pet smells and cigarette smoke. It's worth getting the carpets cleaned just to get rid of the smell. One last thing that's a tenant magnet is furniture. We don't mean renting it out fully furnished, but presenting the property with furniture in it. Have you ever noticed how different a room looks and feels when you move the furniture around? We have, and so have potential tenants. If you're really serious about rental investing, it might be worth hiring some good-looking furniture and get a photographer to take some photos of your property. In the years to come, you can use these photos in listings, online and offline, no matter what the current tenant has in your home. Prepare the paperwork for the property. The following items will be required by you when your Just Property Management consultant comes to meet with you. Number 1, insurance, both building and landlord insurance. 2, all of your instruction manuals for appliances like the dishwasher, reticulation, alarms, hot water systems, bore pumps, air conditioning, oven, pool pumps and cleaning procedures. Number 3, reticulation layout. Number 4, bank account details. And number 5, 3 sets of keys, 2 sets for the tenant and 1 set for our office, plus garage remotes. Please pay particular attention to this information as we've created it to help you save time and money. A rental property is just like a business. If you can make it more appealing to your marketplace, more people will want it and happily pay more for it.
Just property management, just what you need.